Greetings, everyone, and welcome to the Make the Best Choice channel. I'm your host, Dan V. Today, I'm going to share a story with you about the mysterious case of the missing TPM and why Windows wouldn't update. It began this way. I decided to order an Amazon renewed Lenovo T14 ThinkPad laptop. Great computer. I like Lenovo computers. I especially like the ThinkPad. I've had several of them. They're great computers, very well made, no issues with them. So I had high hopes when I ordered this Windows 11 renewed, in other words, secondhand, used, whatever, computer from Amazon, actually from a third party on Amazon, that things would be fine. There'd be no issues. So I got the computer. Great. It's like brand new, brand new. It's beautiful. I wish I could show you the whole thing, but this setup, when instead of a talking head, you're getting talking hands, I'm not going to show you the whole computer today, but it's a great computer. I really like it. So I got it and I updated it. I ran Windows Defender on it to look for viruses and malware. By the way, just a tip, no extra charge. Anytime you get a new computer to use secondhand, new to you, whatever, from Amazon, from a friend, doesn't matter. Make sure you do the Windows updates first of all, get those all done, then run Windows Defender, not just on a quick scan, but also a full scan. Because guess what? Another Lenovo laptop I have that had Windows 10 on it, it had two Trojans. When I went to do a full scan, right after coming from Amazon, from the third-party vendor, it came to me with two Trojans. Wow, yikes, look out. I'm so glad I found those. And so just a reminder, tell all your friends, if you get a new computer, used, secondhand, pre-owned, renewed, whatever, update it, up, update it, and also check for the bad stuff through Windows Defender. By the way, in my humble opinion and that of many security experts, you don't need anything more than Windows Defender to help your computer be in the best condition to resist the malware, viruses, etc. No need to go for a third-party antivirus. Defender's enough. Windows knows it and knows the Windows operating system better than anybody. Just another free tip, all right? Tip number one, update when Windows Defender, especially with a new computer. And yeah, that'll take care of everything. All right, back to our story and back to the topic. Sorry for that. So I got this computer, and again, I updated it. It was fine. And then later on, after I'd had it a month or two, because I just set it aside, I wasn't really using it because I had a Windows 10 computer I was using. I thought I'll use that until Microsoft stops supporting it in October of 2025. Then I'll have this computer, Windows 11, already on it, ready to go. Good plan, eh? Good plan. Say good plan with me. Good plan, Dan. Right. So I turned it on one November last year, and I went to update it, and I got a message that said, "Oh, we're so sorry. Your Windows 11 computer has reached the end of its service life." And I'm going to show that to you. I'll show part of this notice that I got when I went to do updates. All right, let's expand it a little bit here. That's maybe too much. Oh, there we go. Good enough. This PC doesn't currently meet Windows 11 system requirements. Here's why. The PC must support TPM 2.0. Okay, I was familiar with what TPM is as part of Microsoft's requirements to have a hardware-based security protection. It's all been software in the past for PCs, pretty much, unless you had another method of implementing hardware security. So I know what the TPM is. Let me just explain it to those of you who may not know what a TPM is. It stands for Trusted Platform Module. Let me show you what it looks like. I got another photo here. Excuse me while we go back and grab that other photo. And I've got a photo of a TPM. Oops, wrong one. Sorry. Back up. Here it is, TPM pic. I should read my own writing. That's what a TPM looks like. Let's zoom in on that a little bit. You can see my hand. It's quite small. I think it's a 28-pin chip in which all the business gets done. There we go. So that's what a TPM looked like, that plugs into a motherboard on a desktop. Now TPMs for most laptops are probably integrated into the uh, the CPU or possibly external on the motherboard. But these days, I think most manufacturers just use the TPM that's built into the CPU. So, uh, okay. So wait a minute. This is a Windows 11 computer. Lenovo, in the case of Lenovo, other manufacturers as well, they started implementing this TPM hardware in like 2015. Lenovo was 2018, I believe. In 2018, all of their computers that year started including the trusted platform module, both desktop and laptops. So, well, okay, this thing's only a year old. My wonderful Lenovo T14, only a year old. It's got to have a TPM in it. So let me just check and see again. And again, I ran PC Health Check. Let's do that so I can show you what that looks like. If you don't have PC Health Check on your computer, you can download it from Microsoft and install it. It's a very simple little interface. So it gives you some basic parameters, what the computer is, how much RAM it has, um, and it tells you how old it is. So I ran this little check, introducing Windows 11. Check now. And in my case, it said it was lacking the TPM. Okay, it says now this PC meets the requirements because this is the end of the story, not the beginning of the story. But this is what I got. It said you need the TPM. And I thought, okay, fine. But wait a minute, why isn't Microsoft, why isn't Windows detecting my TPM, assuming there's one in the computer? And I would hope that there is. Otherwise, I have to declare, hey, Lenovo, where's my TPM? Next step, of course, to go to the BIOS. Those of you who've been around computers a while, I've been repairing, owning, operating, updating, upgrading, building computers for decades now. And of course, one of the first things you learn when you go to work with computers is there's something called the BIOS, Basic Input Output System. Many of you know that already. And it's like the core, the base, the foundation upon which the computer and the operating system is built and runs. So it's got takes care of all the basic operations of the computer, the hardware side, letting the operating system be able to detect the hardware and use it, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Lots of information on the BIOS online. You can go check it out for yourself to learn more. So everybody who owns a computer should know a little bit about the BIOS. So let's go ahead and go there. I'm going to go down and we are going to do a restart. And I'm going to do shift restart, make sure we get to the right place, and eventually we will get to the BIOS. So BIOS is very important. Just a warning, if you're new to what the BIOS is and how to use it, don't go in there and make changes because you can cause trouble that's hard to get out of. All right, we're going to hit enter to start into the BIOS. And this particular T14 has a nicer graphic screen here. Normally you hit F1 from that point. Doesn't matter whether you have a Dell or HP or Acer or whatever. Often there's similarities in terms of getting into the BIOS and the actual features that are offered in the BIOS. So here we go. Here it is. ThinkPad, BIOS, nice graphical screen here. Not like the old days when it was simple text you had to go through, but no big deal. So we won't spend much time on the BIOS itself and all the things you can do in there because we're talking about security. So I went to the security area. I assumed that's where I could find out about the TPM chip. Aha, security chip, security chip. Voila. So when I got here the first time, I went, oh boy, the TPM was turned off. No wonder Windows says, sorry, you've reached the end of your uh, service from us because you don't have a TPM and we can't find it. Therefore, we're not going to give you any more service on your computer. You've reached the end of your service life. So I turned the TPM on. It's on now. I wanted to show you how it would work with it turned off, but there were issues with BitLocker and rebooting. So I'm sorry I can't show that to you. But so I turned the TPM on. I also went down and I looked at some of the other things. I took a look at Secure Boot just to make sure it was turned on because that's one of the other features or one of the other requirements of Microsoft to be able to run Windows 11 is you've got to have a TPM, you've got to have a CPU that can has a certain amount of horsepower, and you've got to have secure boot. Those are the three things that are most important. There are other things as well, but these are the main things that cause trouble for people trying to upgrade from Windows 10 to Windows 11, if you're interested in doing that. So let's go back. Let's go ahead and save this. And we're going to go back and I'll show you. So I turned on the TPM. I, I, uh, I prayed that things would work. You know, when you're using Windows, it's like a box of chocolates. You never know what you're going to get. And what surprises you might find, what challenges you might have to deal with. For example, the other computer I mentioned, the other Lenovo computer that I have that had Windows 10 on it, I was able to upgrade it to Windows 11, by the way. I'll put that link in the notes below because you might be able to upgrade your Windows 10 computer as well. No guarantees. I had a friend try to do it the same way that I discovered, and he's having trouble with his HP. But I'll put that link in the notes below if you want to try upgrading your Windows 10 computer to Windows 11. Um, anyway, and it's working fine, but unfortunately, I have another problem to fix, and that is the keyboard. Since I've upgraded on my Windows 10 computer to Windows 11, the keyboard doesn't work on the first boot up. I have to boot a second time, then voila, the keyboard starts working. So there's another Windows mystery to try to solve. Okay, here we are back at our start point. Let's go ahead and log in. And all right, there we go. What do you know? So what I did was when I turned the TPM on, I went back over here to updates, and it didn't say this. This is something a problem I'm working now. So I went, it checked for updates. It's just started loading lots and lots of updates, okay, that it wasn't getting for a couple of months. That took a while to resolve, and eventually all was well. The computer's working fine. Um, so the takeaway for you today is if you have a Windows 11 machine that's not updating, maybe one of the first things you want to check is the TPM turned on or not? And again, you can do that in PC Health Check. You can also go into admin mode and type tpm.msc, all right, tpm.msc, and it will show you the condition of the TPM. I hope this helps you solve a problem or two. I hope that you don't have this problem, or that if someone you know comes up with this problem, you'll have a potential solution for them. Thanks for watching the video today. Do tune in again for many things that are part of life to help you make the best choice in computers and many other areas. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe. We'll see you again in the next video. God bless.